Welcome to the first episode of the HHS Sports Podcast. I'm Emerson.
I'm Gavin.
And I'm Jack.
So we're going to do weekly episodes where we recap and highlight all things Hillers sports. Us three we're all varsity athletes, so we know a lot about the realm of sports at Hopkinton. We're going to include clips of epic moments and also interviews with players where we bring them on and ask them questions about their experience.
Now it's time for our weekly recap. To start, the girls softball team went 2-0 this week and scored a total of 28 runs. They beat Simulis on Monday 13-1 and Medfield on Wednesday 15-0. They have 3 games upcoming next week, away at Medway on Monday, 5 o'clock at the Turf on Wednesday versus Bellingham, and home again on Thursday versus Holliston. The game starts at 6:30. The girls are having a great season, and that is reflected in their power rankings, as they sit third in their division.
The boys baseball team played 3 games this week, winning 2 of them. They beat Simulis on Monday 9-6, nice win, and Medfield on Wednesday 3-0 with Dylan Ruff throwing a complete game shutout, which was pretty cool to see. The boys, they lost to Dover Sherborne 8-2, so that's unfortunate. They play three games this week. They'll be playing at the Turf at home at the same time as softball on Wednesday and Thursday, also against Bellingham and Holliston. They play away against Medfield on Monday. The boys, they sit at 21st in the MIA power rankings for D2, so they're trying to hold their spot as top 32 so they can get a playoff spot.
Girls golf had 3 matches this week. They beat Neshoba on Monday 32.5 to 17.5. They lost on Tuesday to Bishop Fian 22.5 to 31.5. And they won a close one on Wednesday against Notre Dame Academy 29 to 25. The girls play again on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday next week. They are home at the Hopkinton Country Club on Tuesday, where they will be playing Neshoba again, and again on Wednesday, where they will be playing Wachusett.
Back to back. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, every week.
All right.
Boys lacrosse went 1-1 on the week, with their win being 11-8 against Medway. They lost 14-5 against Dover Sherborne. The boys play 3 times next week. They are away at Algonquin on Saturday, away against Medway on Monday, and home against Bellingham on Thursday. That will be at 4 p.m. on the Turf. Hopefully the boys can keep winning this week to stay inside of the playoffs. They currently sit at 29th in the power rankings, so right on the edge of the bubble there.
Gotta say top 32.
Emerson and I, and as well their lacrosse captain Owen Champlin, had a lot of experience being right there on the bubble with the soccer season. They have to try and string together some wins, get some big wins against the good TVL opponents, and I'm sure they'll be able to stay inside the playoffs.
Yep. Girls lacrosse went 2-1 this week. They lost on Tuesday to Grafton, and the score was 19-11. They beat Medway on Monday 16-11, and DS on Thursday 12-9. Next week, they play the same 3 teams as boys lacrosse on all the same days. Their sole home game against Medfield is on Wednesday. Girls Lax, they're a couple spots away from a home playoff game as they sit 18th in the power rankings. So a few more wins and they should have a nice home game for the playoffs.
Now on the track, the boys crushed Norwood by a whopping score of 117 to 18. The boys are undefeated this season and look to continue their dominance on Tuesday versus Dedham. That'll be at 4:30 on Tuesday.
Bit of a revenge meet for them, as they had a pretty sizable winning streak for the TVL in the winter.
20 years.
And Dedham ended that last winter.
It's a rough one.
Yeah, come on, Ian Welding. You got this.
The girls track team also defeated Norwood this week by an immense margin, winning 104 to 31. The girls look to remain undefeated and beat Dedham in their only meet next week, which is happening alongside the boys' meet.
The girls, they have a crazy long winning streak right now in the TVL as well.
Was it like 20 years or something?
20 plus
24 years.
20
Yeah.
years.
Bit of a dynasty.
Yeah.
Hopefully they can keep that going, yeah.
You can translate that to states, yeah.
Boys volleyball snapped a 5-game losing streak this week when they defeated Norwood 3-1 on Thursday in Norwood. They play Simulis on Monday at home, but are away on Wednesday and Thursday against Westwood and Durfee. The boys look to keep on stringing together some wins as they fight for a playoff spot. They currently sit at 52nd in the power rankings, so they're on the outside looking in, but a couple wins can shift you a lot.
They're doing pretty well for a first-year varsity program. I know Captain Alex Pick, he's a a great setter and what do you call it, serving? Yeah, he's pretty good at that. And they have 6'6" blocker Felix.
They got a lot of size on that team.
So yeah, they'll be good, and they're doing well for a first-year program.
A lot of good talent.
Our amazing boys tennis team swept Medfield in their only match this week. They host DS today, looking for a win to continue their unbeaten season. Next week, they'll play Medfield on Monday, but are home again on Thursday versus Holliston. The boys currently have home court advantage until the neutral rounds, as they sit in third in the power rankings. An undefeated season like this, I believe they didn't go undefeated last year, so they're hoping to get a first undefeated season in a while. So we're looking into the postseason for these guys.
A lot of talented guys on that team.
You got, who is it, Kais, Joe Krattenmaker, I know, is a young
Ilian Blaze.
Ilian, yeah.
Max Sendley,
Yep, I know they got some young talent on that team.
Yeah, a lot of great players. Looking to recreate a run like they had, 2 years ago when they went to the Final Four?
With Ilian's brother.
Yeah, Adam
Blaze, the stud himself.
Girls tennis has a 6-game unbeaten streak as they narrowly defeat Medfield on Wednesday. They head to Dover to face Dover Sherborne today. The girls have a busy week ahead, as on Sunday they will host Westwood at 4:30. They will be home again on Monday against Medway. And then on Thursday, they travel to Holliston. Girls tennis being our only Division I team this season, sit at 22 in the power rankings.
It's only Division I team. Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Always a good team.
Yes. Now we're going to look at some of the top plays from the Hillers this week. Starting out, we have for the baseball team Mike Sullivan. He's at the plate. See what happens.
Rocket in the right field. Gets by the fielder.
Millis fielder is. Big Mike running the bases. Oh my God, Big Mike is moving for
3 run scores.
Oh,
maybe RBI triple right there.
7-2.
Big Mike, he's kind of moving for someone like 6'3". He's pretty big out there, but he's moving down. Big Mike's been having a really good season. I saw he had a walk-off hit to win you guys a game. What can you tell us about him, Gavin?
Yeah, he's been great. First year on varsity as a sophomore. First baseman and pitcher, and he's been hitting really well. He comes up in clutch spots and gets us runs when we need it the most.
Yeah, he really does seem to come up in big moments. Did he have 1 or 2 walk-offs, was it, a couple weeks ago?
It was 1 walk-off, but our team had 2.
Oh, okay.
One was from senior Nick Pedroli.
Okay. But, I mean, even this one, that's a hit, make it 7-2, and you end up winning the game 6-7. He
gives us a lot of insurance runs that were really important.
Mm-hmm.
He's a sophomore, right?
Yeah, sophomore.
Tell us about the other sophomores on your team. I know there's a couple of guys like AJ Boschman, and Travis, I think.
Yeah, really young team. We got 8 or 9 sophomores on the team, I think. A lot of young talent, and just trying to get some of those kids at bats, some experience.
Yeah.
What does that do for the culture you have on your team? Is it hard being a senior, trying to get all those young guys to really buy in early, focus on what's happening right now?
Yeah. It can be, but most of the sophomores are always locked in. They're ready to go. All really good ball players with a good mentality.
Yeah, Jack and I, we had a pretty young team for soccer too. So there's some shenanigans going on with all the young players like Connor McNally pulling stunts. So it's up to those older players, older leaders to put them in and keep them in check. So yeah. On Monday, girls Lax had a nice win over Medway. Avery Quebec and Kendall Tom both scored 4 goals, contributing to half of their team's total goals. So they played a big part in that game. So now we're going to watch some of the cool highlights from that game.
Just a textbook goal there from Avery Quebec. Get to the front of the net.
Yeah, got around the keeper there. Or goalie.
Kendall Tom went on.
Nice pass from there.
Oh,
quite
nice.
Quite the second quarter they had there.
Yeah, 8-2 in the second quarter. I mean, that really did propel them to the lead.
Yeah, they pulled away from Medway.
Only winning by 5, and they went up 6 in the second quarter.
Yeah, looking like the Celtics out there versus the Magic in Game 5. They were tied and then they pulled away. So
yeah,
okay. 8 goals from
really shifted the momentum in their favor.
Half their goals came in that second quarter. Half the goals came from 2 players as well. That's a lot of instrumental time for them.
Yeah.
Instrumental, I like that word.
For sure. Hiller softball had a big win over Millis, 13-1. I believe they mercied them.
I think it was their second. I think they had 2 mercies on the week. Won the other game 15-0. Here's Zoe Levine starting it strong early.
Let's see this. stepping up to the plate. 0-0 first inning.
Yeah.
Got to have a lot of confidence here.
Setting the tone right here.
Oh,
Takes
first
the
pitch, he gets all of that.
That's out of here. You can hear the commentator going crazy. Oh,
That's
over
a
the
great
fence.
hit.
Yeah, that's
Great
just
hit.
that's textbook right there.
And look when she rounds her bases. A whole team's out of the dugout.
Look at that support from the
Yeah.
team right there.
Really gets the momentum going early.
I mean, that's a good team. That's what you need to win in these
very supportive.
these close TVL games.
The Hillers, they're looking good. You know, they have star Holly Paharic, BC commit. She's been playing well for them all 4 years, so they'll use her definitely down the stretch in the postseason. So looking to make a good run there.
on that
I
team.
believe they had four players with multiple hits this game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Getting help from everybody up and down the
A
roster.
lot of depth in the roster.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see that with the nice support they have. Now we're gonna go to boys lacrosse who played DS. You know, they started off strong with a nice Owen Champlin goal. weren't able to finish it out against a tough DS team, but let's see how Champlin starts it off.
Behind the net.
Dukes of the defender. And
Good little
a
shimmy.
good shot off.
Yeah.
Ball rolls in. You know, you need that like goal line technology like soccer, but definitely went in there. Champlin starting off strong. You know, senior captain.
3-sport captain.
Yeah,
3-sport
he's
captain. Guys are born to be a leader.
a seasoned veteran of Hiller Sports, showing why right there.
I believe he's a 4-year varsity lacrosse player too.
Oh, wow.
He knows his way around the lacrosse field.
A lot of experience there.
Yeah. They started off strong, but weren't able to finish it out in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, the TVL's tough for boys lacrosse. You have DS there. You have Medfield is one of the best teams in the state. I know they have some top college commits.
Yeah.
So boys looking to pursue through the season, persevere a bit, but yeah, they're doing well.
Dover Sherburne's great TVL small team in almost all sports.
That's true.
Yeah, they hang
Yeah,
around
they're
there.
underrated in the small.
The boys soccer team won the state championship this past fall.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
they are good.
Boys golf team is also really good.
Oh yeah, I did know that.
Yeah, maybe they should
They
be
won the TVL.
upgraded to the large.
We're here with a 3-sport athlete, Mitch Simulus, senior baseball captain this year. We're going to be asking him some questions about the baseball team so far.
It's my pleasure to be here, fellas.
So how's the season been so far?
It's been okay. You know, we have a lot of young kids, and our team's been up and down. Some games we play really good, some games we play not too good. We just played Dover Sherborne, and tough loss. We lost 8-2. One of those games where our team just plays bad. And earlier this season we played Zavarian, like top team in the state, and we were that close to winning. So it's been a lot of up and down. We've shown that we have a lot of potential, but you know, we come up short sometimes.
You talked about that young talent. How have they impacted the season? Have they been big contributors, or has it been like a lot of work for you to keep them in check? You know, keep them focused.
No, they've been pretty focused all year. I mean, last game I was at first base and I look around the infield and every single kid's a sophomore or junior, so it's definitely different than in years past. As last year, I think it was mainly seniors in the field, so it was just a different dynamic. A lot of the sophomores and juniors have contributed a lot, but they're young, so you know they make a lot of mistakes. A lot of them nervous sometimes. Like you have some errors here and there, just from people being, I don't know, a little stressed out, a little tight, a little nervous. But that's normal. So hopefully by the end of the season, everyone can find themselves and I don't know, chill out in the field, stuff like that.
Are there any big games that you're excited for coming up?
We have the Pedroli tournament coming up. That's very exciting, always exciting. It's, we play LS, Franklin, and Natick are in that. We've been doing it since, I don't know when, maybe 10 years, every year. So that's in the next 2 weeks, I'm pretty sure. And we won it 2 years ago. Last year we lost, but 2 years ago we beat Franklin and LS, two of the top teams in the state always, and it's always competitive, and we always shine the brightest in that tournament.
I assume you're hoping to win it again this year.
Absolutely.
Any favorite moments of the season so far? Any big games?
Gotta be our 2 walk-offs from Big Mike Sully, sophomore, and senior captain Nick Pedroli with the walk-offs.
What's been the favorite moment that like you've had personally, like a big hit that you've had, a good play in the infield, anything?
Probably finally being able to play first base, playing my first inning in the field in my career, as I've been hurt most of the career. Just been hitting most of high school.
Do you have any goals, either personally or for your team, for the rest of the season?
Personally, I'm hoping to just keep going and hopefully get on the mound by the end of the season. That's my goal right now. And for the team, we'll be in playoffs, so that's not a big deal. But hopefully we can be high enough seeded that we can get a home game for the first game and, just get going on a good run in the playoffs. I think we can do it. Everything's going to need to come together. We have to play a lot of good, scrappy innings, just lock it in the field and everything. Yeah.
Are you guys up there for TVL Large Champion?
Yeah, it's us in Holliston right now. We just took a TVL loss. We have 2 TVL losses right now to Holliston, which was our first game, and to DS that we just lost to. So, but yeah, we're definitely in contention. I think Holliston's first right now. Do they have 1 loss?
Yeah.
Something like that. It's us, I think
You
it's
guys
us and
play Holliston next week. You excited for that?
Yes, of course. That's at home too, I'm pretty sure.
Would you say Holliston's the baseball team's biggest rival? I know football plays, I want to say Ashland on that Thanksgiving Day rivalry game, but on the soccer team, I always felt like our biggest rival was Holliston.
Yeah, I would say so. They have good coaches. I know Coach Anderson knows the coach over there, and so they're very well coached. And this year they have a lot of good seniors. So, yeah, definitely.
Notice you guys got a freshman on the team, Matt Petroli. How's that been for him?
So he started the year off with us. He was dealing with some elbow stuff, similar to me. So I've been on the bench with him a lot, just talking to him. So obviously Nick's little brother, so it's kind of fun to be with him around. I've been throwing with him the last week or two because he's kind of coming back from his injury, and I think he was playing JV the other day. He's been really good with JV, but he hasn't really gotten his chance with varsity yet. He is a freshman, obviously. But I'm excited to see him come back, hopefully by the end of the season, and maybe pitch, maybe play the outfield. Obviously, it's the ball very far in practice. You can see shade of your nose.
Yeah.
How far he hits the ball.
Very good player. A lot of talent.
Now, you played some games on varsity your freshman year as well, right?
Yes.
So how would you are you sharing some of your insights and the experience that you have from that with him?
What advice would you give him?
Yeah, obviously when I was a freshman, I played JV most of the year and I got called up towards the end. I pitched a couple innings. Obviously, my brother was on the team as well, similarly to Matt, and I was pretty nervous out there. I got an at-bat at Fenway Park. Probably one of the most nervous moments I've ever had in my life. Place is a Penn commit, so it was also scary. And then I pitched against Bellingham and Ashland, and I didn't do too well, but Simulis was there for me, and he was comforting me the whole time, just telling me to relax and just breathe. I went out there and I did okay, but I think Matt has a lot more skill than I had at his age, and hopefully he can stay healthy for the rest of his high school career and build upon what he's done this year.
How has your team culture been this year? Are you guys close knit, doing a lot together outside, or have there been any challenges that you've had to overcome inside the team?
Not really. I mean, everyone's pretty close knit on the team. At the start of the year, we didn't really know each other because a lot of the kids were new, sophomores from the JV team, or even AJ, who was on the freshman team last year. Some of us went to the Minecraft movie when it came out, so that was fun. I went with Travis, Nick, and AJ, so that was fun. We've had a spagger. We had a spagger at my house. We had a spagger. We only had one spagger, right?
No, we've had one here.
Oh, yeah, we did have a spagger here. Yes, it's very fun before practice. Yes, Jader has a very nice house, very nice spagger here. Very good food too. This chicken parm, yes. But yeah, everyone's coming together. Definitely a close-knit team now, and even though kids are playing on JV and kind of bouncing around from varsity and JV, everyone's kind of close-knit, and it's just good culture.
As a captain on the team, do you have any I know you probably talk with coaches a lot. Do you have any say on who's going out there, any tactics? Do you give any insight on that?
Not in particularly. The coaches kind of make the game plan. I just kind of tell them what I'm feeling and what I'm feeling like my arm wise, especially right now. But I talk to Simulis in class because I have Coach Simulis in my Gov class, and we kind of agree on some stuff and talk about some stuff when there's extra time in class. Just kind of what I'm seeing out there from certain kids, and what they can do to do better, what they're doing good, stuff like that. Yeah.
So how have the practices been? Have you felt like your work and practice has been translating to game, or do you feel like it's kind of hard, especially with like inexperienced players?
It's definitely translated to the game very well. As coach's motto is have the best practices in the state, and our practices are very productive. Everything we do is down to a T and very detailed, specific. Last practice we went over a lot of game situations on bunts and just little infield stuff that probably not a lot of teams are working on. Every practice, Coach Simos is there. If anyone has any questions about their mechanics and he's going over your swing, he's videoing your swing if you need it. So I don't think a lot of teams are doing that, especially at this time of the year. I think teams probably at the start are probably in the off season they're working on their mechanics and stuff, but we're just working throughout the whole year. We're doing drills every day at practice, doing hitting. It's really been everyone's been very locked in with their swings, with their throws, with fielding. We separate into groups, infield, outfield every practice, and I just think everything's very detailed and everyone's working on their craft every day. So bringing it to the game is another thing that I think we haven't mastered yet. I think a lot of kids are still nervous. A lot of nerves out there I see. Because in practice, I just think everyone's really amazing. And we just need to bring it over to the game, and we just have to have confidence in ourselves to make the plays and hit the ball.
So as a leader, as a senior, whatever, you've obviously had a lot of really tight games this season. You talked about those 2 walk-offs. How have you, been able to keep that team focused, keep that team calm, to be able to make those big plays down the stretch?
I think it's just having belief in themselves. Throughout the game, we look at the pitchers and what they're throwing. We have tendency charts. So when kids step up to the plate, they kind of know more or less what they're getting, and it's just trusting in themselves to make the right swing. So when those games get close, they just kids trusting themselves. Obviously, Nick, don't know how nervous he gets, but he's a senior captain. He's been here for 3 years, and I just think he stick to the plan. And Mike was huge in that one walk-off. AJ's been very clutch. I think just kids are sticking to the plan, trusting their swings, and it's paying off in those close games.
Thank you for coming out and talking to us. Good luck in the rest of the season in the playoffs.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.